Hey y'all, it's your girl Angel Sunshine, and I'm here tonight with a message because Spirit said you need to hear this. And whatever it is you need to hear, you know your girl got that for you right here on my TikTok and my YouTube channel. So today's channel message was stars cannot shine without darkness. And when I'm saying darkness, I'm speaking internally. Stars can't shine and show the world who they are without going within and facing what it is that they feel they need to run from. You need the darkness in order to shine your brightest light. You feel me? As within, so without. So who you are on the inside is who you will show to be on the outside. A lot of people, when you first meet them, they put on this mask like they this nice person and, they want what's best for you. And, it's all peaches and flowers and roses until something go wrong and then you see this person true colors, and that's when you could decipher on who has a bright light, who's operating out of their higher self from who's operating out of their lower self. Spirit says seeing is believing. And the only way somebody could see a star is if they watch them come out of darkness, untouched, unscraped, unmarked. So let's jump right on into this reading, y'all, and let's see what it is that Spirit wants you to know. Give me more on the channel message I received today. Stars can't shine without darkness. Give me more on that, Spirit. Why is that a message today for the collective? So in the shadows we have, use your imagination, child. So you could be somebody who, as a child, was very creative, very in tune with yourself. You had a very, very big imagination as a child. And a lot of people don't understand that when you were a kid, there's a thin veil between the spirit world and the physical world. And when you were a kid, you can see both in the physical and the spiritual. But it's when you go through life that you lose that innocence within you, and then you can no longer see in the spirit. Now you only seeing in the physical. You lose touch with your higher self. You lose touch with yourself. So I feel like you could be somebody who has lost touch with yourself. But if you haven't lost touch with yourself, you're somebody who God is telling you that now it's time for you to tap more into who you used to be as a child. Because that's the only way you're going to see yourself out of whatever this is that's trying to stop you or block you. Stars can't shine without darkness. Stars can't show off its beauty without something radiating it enough to overpower darkness. You feel me? The light always wins when it comes down to light and dark. We all know that already. So Spirit is saying you need to tap back into who you used to be as a child in order to maneuver through whatever this is that was sent your way. You may feel like whatever this is that was sent your way is trying to stop you, but Spirit is saying no. As within, so without. If you good on the inside, you gonna see if it's really true by what you manifesting in your life. Because if you bad on the inside, then you're going to find bad following you. But if you got a good heart and a good soul, you're going to only find good following you. And if bad do try to follow you or stop you, you will be protected. So let's jump right on into the reading and let's see what it is that Spirit wants us to know tonight. So the first card we have here is warfare. Give me more on warfare, Spirit. Give me more on warfare, Spirit. Why is that here for the collective? So we have emotional intelligence. So you can have people around you that's trying to emotionally manipulate you. They trying to use you against you. You feel me? Say, I decided to meet my inner child in the ring. I was tired of the battle of my heart and mind. You are somebody who overthinks a lot. And it's okay because it was a time I was an overthinker. But overthinking don't do nothing but make the situation take longer and it slows down the progress. There's something that happened to you as a child. Whatever this is that happened to you as a child, it caused you to make your inner child hide away. But Spirit is saying it's time for you to heal your inner child wounds. Because this is the only way you're going to be able to defeat this warfare that's trying to come after you. You have to use your spirituality in order to fight spirituality. Okay? Whatever this is, look, we have spiritual teacher. You could be somebody that been through a lot in life. These things that you've been through in life, you took note of it. Even if somebody didn't come back and tell you sorry, you took note of that too. All of these things that you took note of in your life can be used against whatever spiritual warfare this is that's being sent after you. Can you imagine having your higher self and your lower self balanced out? There's no warfare that could touch you in the spirit if you logical and emotional at the same time. As a child, that's how it starts off. We are both logical and emotional at the same time, which means when you a child, you are more naive. You are more willing to take a leap of faith. You are more willing to take a chance. But it's when you get older and you experience life, you then hide away that spark that's inside you. But that's okay, because when that spark decides to go out and the darkness around you and there's no light around you, you have no choice but to go within to bring what it is to the forefront. So you could be somebody that's a spiritual teacher. And in order to be a spiritual teacher, you had to go through some things in life. And I feel like you could have been through a lot of things in life that caused you to put your inner child to the side real quick so you could protect it. See, people don't know. When things happen to us as a child and we feel like we got to protect ourselves, this is when we cultivate our ego. The ego is something that protects you. But sometimes people get too caught up in their ego, they forget about their higher self. They forget about the voice that they was hearing as a child. They forget about the things that they seen as a child. They forget about the talents they had as a child. These things become forgotten about because now all you got to do is face warfare. You know, people don't like you. You know, people trying to stop you. You know, people don't really want you to make it to the top. Everybody want to see you doing good, but nobody never want to see you doing better than them. These are the things that you dealing with around you. You feel me? And instead of just laying your sword down for once and really nurturing your inner child, you finding yourself in warfare a lot. But Spirit is saying, don't look at this warfare as something that's scary or something that's meant to keep you stuck. This, whatever this is that you're dealing with, is meant to teach you. So when you run into somebody just like you, when you call that same energy back in and it come through a person, place, or a thing, you're going to be ready to defeat it. Not only will you defeat it, you may change the person's mind that came in your life to stop you, to trying to help you. You never know how it go. You could go from waiting to moving in it if you know the God that I know. So Spirit is saying, stop looking at what it is that you're dealing with as something that you can be defeated by if you just wake up and heal your inner child. On this card right, it say reunion. Look, look, I don't have to make this up. Embrace your shadow. Embrace your shadow side. It is you and you. It's you and her against the world. Reunion. Spirit saying it's time for you to come back into union with yourself. Just because you went through something, that don't mean you got to disconnect from yourself. Because stars can't shine without darkness. Stars can't shine without something going wrong. Now, I'm not talking about the actual star in the sky. I'm talking about you. You are the star, and within you is the darkness. You need both light and dark. You need both light and dark, and people got to understand that. People think life is just all about, good things. But to everything that's good, there's an opposite of that, which is bad. To every tear that falls down is the opposite of joy. You feel me? Somebody could be crying because they hurt, while somebody could be crying tears of joy. It's all in all how you look at it. But it always have to be balanced out. It can't just be you operating in your ego 24/7, but you not listening to your inner child, which is your higher self. Because that's the person that's connected to your higher self more than any part of you. Because as a child, that's when we see things more easily in the spirit world. So Spirit says, stop looking at what this is that you're dealing with in a bad way and use your emotional intelligence to help you get through. Because this is probably not the first time you're dealing with whatever this is you're dealing with. It could be a different person, a different place. It don't matter where you try to run to. This spirit will follow you until you face it. And Spirit said it's time for you to stop running from the shadow side of you. It's time to stop running from it and try to balance out your light and your darkness. Because at the end of the day, you can't be a star without darkness. You can't be a star without being surrounded by things that could go wrong and things that's meant to knock you off your path. You need to be trained for whatever it is that you want. Because when you get what you want, you must know it's going to be, what they say, new levels, new devils. God can't bring in what you want, and you can't even handle the warfare now to get what it is that what you seeking. Spirit says stop beating yourself up and going back and forth with yourself in your head. No. The way you maneuver through warfare is by tapping into your shadow and your light side. When people first meet me, they always say, oh, she's so nice and sweet. Because that's who I really am. When you meet me, I'm not pretending to be nice. I'm really a nice person. I like to help. I like to see people smile. I like to have a good time. I don't like drama. I like to make memories I can think about when I get old. You heard? That's the kind of person I am. But when people see that and they try to take advantage of me, then I got to show them that other side of me. And that other side, that's when they start saying I'm crazy. No, because why you trying to play with me? Don't take my kindness for weakness. Don't take my niceness for weakness. Okay? And that's what people tend to do to people. They meet people and they see how good they are, and then they decide to wage war against them, which is wrong. Because why you waging war against somebody who's not trying to wage war against you? Why? Because in the background, you meet people and you be fake. So because you met me and I was really nice, you don't know if I'm really being nice or not. Because when you meet people, you're not really being nice. You're using a mask. So Spirit is saying it's time for you to drop the mask and face what it is that you're trying to run from. We have rescue mission here. So why is rescue mission here? And from rescue mission, this is what I'm getting to. You cannot survive warfare, spiritual warfare, without using your ego. The ego comes about to protect you. That's your lower self. These are things that was done to you as a child that you had to put your defenses up to protect yourself so you won't find yourself sad, hurt, depressed. Your shadow side is not something for you to run from. People compare their shadow side to the devil, but it's not really that. Y'all need to get that notation out your head, because your shadow side is who you are, who you used to be. And with this rescue mission here, I feel like your inner child, not even just you, I just feel like with everybody has an inner child that they forgot about. And you can't go far in life if you don't nurture your first child, which is the child that you used to be. And the main thing that you're running from is the main thing is what's going to save you. You could be somebody that's in the Queen of Pentacles energy, somebody that get to that bag, somebody that's all about their money. They very driven. You're an influence. People look up to you. You're very motherly. That's who you are. I just said that about myself too. I'm very motherly. I like to give. And we call this the Empress energy. So you could be an Empress. Your inner child could be an Empress, but you're probably not walking in your Empress energy right now because you feel like you have to protect yourself. But you can't just walk in ego. You have to use both emotion and logic. Yin and yang. And the only way it could be yin and yang is if you connect to your higher self. Is if you heal your inner child. If you heal your wounds. That's why it's a rescue mission. So you trying to figure out why is everything in my life going bad? What the hell is going on? That's because as long as you don't heal, you're going to keep calling in these same entities over and over and over again until one day you wake up and be like, wait a minute, this done happened to me 5 times. I done dealt with 5 different people that did the same thing, but they just in different bodies. So it's a moment where you wake up and you realize, this ain't right. Something ain't right about this. Your antennas start going up, and that's how it used to be when you was a child. You used to just know. And that's because you was able to balance both darkness and light. And let me give y'all an example, because I'm seeing it in my head right now. When you young, right? You innocent. To us, the world was beautiful. nothing could go wrong. Your root was not polluted with nothing. In other words, since a child, you knew how to balance your root and your light and your dark aspects of yourself. Because the world hadn't done nothing to you yet. So you didn't hear them voices telling you that you can't, or you didn't hear your old friend telling you don't try. You ain't have none of that yet. It was first, see, when you young, everybody showing you love. Oh, you growing up so nice. Oh, you growing up to be a beautiful young lady. You get a lot of love when you young. So nothing is really polluting your root chakra. Nothing is really polluting you to where you feel like you need to stay stuck, or you can hear certain things that's going to keep you stuck. No. As a child, you get shown the most love. That's how it's supposed to be. I know that's how it was when I was young. But it's when you start getting older, people start dying. You start experiencing pain, sadness. See, because as a child, all you know is happiness, joy, But as you start getting older, you start experiencing life. And slowly, that light start going dimmer and dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. Next thing you know, you ain't even that intuitive no more. You don't even want to paint no more. You don't want to do the things you like to do no more because life is sucking the light out of you. But Spirit said that's it for that. This is a rescue mission from your higher self. Allow your higher self to guide you out of situations. And allow your shadow side to guide you out as well. Your shadow side is used to protect you when people try to take advantage of your higher self. The reason it's like that is because of the things you went through as a child. Stop looking at what you went through as a child as a burden and start thanking God for it, because now you can protect yourself from the energies that was projected on you as a child. Now you know how to protect your heart. So now you don't got to walk around with your defenses up 24/7 and, being in your ego. No, because the moment somebody try to take advantage of you while you operating out of your higher self, your ego will come out and you will have enough control over it to where the point you won't get in trouble. You won't find yourself in jail. You won't find yourself in certain situations once you learn how to control what it is that you're feeling. This card say fear of intimacy, falling in love, feeling emotions. Too logical. Get out your head. I just said that. People want to be logical all the time. No, you cannot be logical all the time and not be emotional. You can't be too emotional and be too logical. It has to be half and half. That's it. The same way as good and bad, logical and emotional go together. Same way as happiness and sadness, logical and emotional go together. That's its opposite, whether they told us that or not in school. This is what it is. They say if you love again, it's a brain. If you love again, I'll kill you. And the heart, look at the heart. The heart like, I don't care. I'm still going out there to try again. And I'm going to try again. And I'm going to try again. And I'm going to try again. But your head telling you, don't do it. You're going to get hurt again. You're going to get cheated on again. No. That's why you can't be all logical when it comes to a situation. Even with emotions. When it's time for you to leave somebody, you don't want to leave them because you love them. But logically, you need to get out of there. So you got to understand that these two things go together. Just like a star can't shine without darkness. It's always the opposite. That's just how it is. The next card we have is, we may be apart. My heart is where you remain comfortably. So even though you may not show this side of you, that you are talented, or that you got gifts, or that you're a sweet person, because you've been forced to stay in protection mode. Spirit is saying that even though you may have to stand your ground with certain people, don't worry, because he's still there. And your higher self is still there too. So you don't have to be afraid to operate out of ego. You don't have to be afraid to operate out of your lower self. But if you're not healed there, that's when you hear these things, these thoughts, these things people said to you. That's why it's very crucial you heal your childhood wounds. You heal things that happened to you as a child. You have to heal it, because you need your childhood. You need your inner child to operate in this world. Your inner child is your emotions. Your inner child is your imagination. Your inner child is your talent. You need your inner child in this world. It just can't be all ego. Give me more on we may fall. We may be apart, but in my heart is where you remain comfortably. Why is that here, Spirit? We may be apart. Thank you. It's a lesson. Learn the lesson. What your feelings are valid. What happened to you was not your fault. And that too, a lot of us, you know, because I'm saying us because I was there before. We blame our mothers and we blame our fathers, and we be like, well, they could have did this better or they could have did that better. But to be honest, they did the best they could with the broken hearts that they had. Word. And, you know, me and my mother, we didn't have the best relationship growing up. But I could say we didn't have an emotional connection growing up. But I always had this gift of speaking to people higher self. So even though she didn't speak that she loved me or said certain things, I felt it. I felt it internally, you know. But because of the things that she been through in her life, it was hard for her to express it. And as a child, you may look at it like, oh, you know, my mother don't want to tell me. It may mess with your self-confidence. And that's how generational curses happen. Generational wounds. Then you grow up and now, you know, you out there looking for somebody to mother you. Not me. I'm just saying. You go out there looking for something that you didn't get at home. It all starts from home. That's not I'm saying. That's really true. It starts from home. So whatever this is, you need to go back home. Go back to the root. So you can heal your inner child and be able to fight off whatever this is that's trying to come and stop you. We have physical and emotional, and then we have fine balance. I just said that. There's no light without darkness, and there's no darkness without light. Stars can't shine without darkness. The darkness needs the stars just as the stars need the darkness. It just can't be stars without darkness. Then you might as well call that the sun. But the sun is even a star. But that's the only star that I know that shines in the daytime. But it can't shine at night. It's like the sun and the moon. And then we have things working out. Give me more. Thank you, Spirit. Look, imprisonment. And then we have, I couldn't resist seeing you even though they say we shouldn't be together. You got your inner child locked away. Why? Because people said you shouldn't be doing something. So you said, maybe I shouldn't be doing it. And you laid that dream to rest. Or you laid that thing you really wanted to rest. Or you laid that talent to rest. Because somebody said something funny to make you feel like you wasn't good enough. I couldn't resist seeing you, even though they said we shouldn't be. Who are you to tell me not to tap into my talents? Who are you to tell me my picture is ugly? If my picture is beautiful to me, I don't give a damn what you got to say. And that's my inner child coming out. You know, I know that my if I'm just giving y'all an example. If I was to draw a picture and somebody say to me, oh, Sunshine, that picture ain't all of that. You know, you can say that to somebody that can mess with somebody in the they self-esteem. But let me tell you what it's like when you heal. Sunshine, that picture ain't all of that. I don't care. They ain't got to be all of that to you. That's your opinion. But to me, this picture telling me a million different words. This picture could be inspiring me to keep moving. This picture could be something I sleep with under my pillow. You don't know what this picture is. And it really ain't none of your business. That's me being emotional and logical at the same time. Instead of me allowing whatever it is he's saying to project on me and stop me, I'm flipping it back on him. Okay, you don't like the picture? That's your problem. You know, did you draw a picture? You can't be talking about my picture if you ain't got no picture of your own to show me to judge. You heard? Only God could judge me. And that's what Spirit wants you to know. The moment you get in that energy, the moment you realize that only God could judge you, things will work out in your favor. You will be released from this imprisonment. You will release your inner child from this imprisonment. Stars can't shine without darkness. In other words, You need your inner child. You need it. Even though other people may not see it, you still need it. Because I'm happy my inner child is still alive. Without my inner child, I don't know where would I be right now. My inner child is the reason I'm here where I'm at today. When your inner child is healed, you can take leaps. You don't care what nobody got to say. Say what you want to say. We gonna see. We gonna see. Like I said, when I started my business, Healing Hands to Heaven, it was a lot of gossip and rumors. Oh, you know, she's starting. Okay. It ain't gonna go nowhere. Okay. She thinks she a spiritualist. Okay. Who told her this? Okay. Because none of that is going to stop me. I'm still going to keep moving. And that's what I did, and I'm here today. I'm proud of myself. I don't need nobody to come tell me that. Why? Because I know where I came from. All you need is yourself. You need people around you. But I'm talking about when it comes down to these goals and, you know, moving on from relationships or starting a relationship, you need yourself. Don't go asking nobody, do you think Benjamin like me? Or do you think so-and-so want to get with me? They might tell you something just to deter you away from what it is that you know was meant for you. Spirit says stars can't shine without darkness. It just can't. So let me get y'all a closing card. I truly hope y'all enjoyed the reading. And I'll definitely see you guys with the next one. Can I get a closing card for the collective? So the closing card we have is surrender to your need to always be right. And then we have surrender to divine timing. If God telling you it's time to walk away from somebody or leave something alone or go after what it is that you need, don't be afraid. You know? It say give others the gift of letting them be right. Thank you, Spirit. I just said that. You think my picture ugly? Okay. You right. I'm right too, but you right. You know, you got to accept that people don't want to see you going where you going. You got to accept the fact that things are going to try to stop you in life. Spirit says surrender to divine timing. Because his timing is different from your ego's timing. That's what it say right here. You may want to be rich tomorrow. But God don't work on your ego time. He work on your higher self time. You may not even be emotionally fit to be rich or, you know, can't do all this money. The money might drive you insane because you're not emotionally fit and logically fit. So you need both emotion and logic because stars can't shine without darkness. Ashe, amen.